Good evening, everyone. It's Beth Kozik from Elegant Greetings. It is Sunday evening, and I apologize for the delay in getting my video together this weekend, but we're going to do our catalog copycat cards this evening. And thank you for your patience. I did have an opportunity to spend yesterday and overnight with my daughter. So she and her roommates invited all of the moms to come up. So we spent the day together, and then I slept over there and got home this afternoon. And so I'm just kind of catching up here. So let's go ahead and give away the card that I made last weekend. And this was made with the Merry Snowflakes bundle. The stamp set looks like this, and also the dies. So it has all of these really fun snowflake dies that coordinate with it. And this is the card that we made. It's very pretty. It's made with the pool party paper and ink, and we die cut the snowflakes, and it leaves behind this little image all the way around. So the image itself comes out, and then what is left in the paper is that stamped, or excuse me, that stitched edge, which is really, really cute. So it's a great set. And let's go ahead. These are all the people who had commented on Facebook and YouTube. So let's go ahead and give away this project. And our winner this time is Shirley. So thanks, Shirley. I appreciate your comment very much, and everybody's comments for that matter. So thank you so much. That does help me when people do leave a comment on Facebook and also on YouTube. And a thumbs up if you could too. That would be greatly appreciated. So today's project comes from our mini catalog, and again, the countdown is on for this catalog. It's going to expire on January 3rd. I said June last weekend, but it's actually January. And so the project that I chose to make is from the Peaceful Place suite. And unfortunately, the designer paper has sold out already, but the other products that are in the suite, some of them are carrying over. So I just want to take a moment and review those with you. First of all, this is the designer paper. So it's all of this gray and white designs. There's kind of like a wood grain, and of course the cabins, which this is my favorite piece, which is so pretty, and double-sided. So there's a lot of tree images and some stars and snowflakes. So it's a really pretty package of paper. This one, there's some more trees. And then this one was really gorgeous. So it had, I cut off the top of it, but a really pretty piece for making a scrapbook page, or to cut apart to make some cards would be awesome. Here's another one. So again, unfortunately, the paper has already sold out. So that was a very popular one. And then another part of the suite is these 12 by 12 snowy white velvet sheets. And they come in a 2-pack, and they're just $5. So they come in a 12 by 12, 2 sheets in the package, and they look like this. So, whoops, sorry for hitting the camera. This is the side that is, it's a very soft, like a velvet kind of a paper. Might be hard to see that on camera, but it's very, very soft. And this can be die cut, of course. It can be cut with scissors. It can be punched. And also we can use an embossing folder on it. So it's just kind of a different sort of a paper. And this is actually carrying over, which is wonderful. So we can get that now, and we can get that later as well. When it does carry over, however, it's going to be available in the mini catalog that will become available next June. So if we want this paper now, if you really want it, and I'm going to show you how to use it, definitely I would encourage you to order that now, because we won't be able to get it again until the next mini catalog comes along. So that is the velvet sheets. This is the timber 3D embossing folder, and it's a really fun one. It is it has this real pretty wood grain, and it is a 6 by 6, so it can fit larger pieces. And that's our embossing folder, again carrying over, but if we want that now, we definitely want to order it, because we won't have access to it again until next June. And then the subtle shimmer sequins, these are retiring. So it's this package of all of these silver and white and opaque kind of sequins. So there's some that are very sparkly, some are a little bit more matte, but very, very pretty. So those are retiring, so I recommend those. And then let's see, where is my ribbon? Okay, this is the glitter organdy ribbon, which looks like this. This is carrying over, so again will be available next June catalog. And it's a very pretty, let's see if I can put this on here. It has a little bit of a like a pink or a like a lilac-y color glitter to it. So it's very shimmery. It's very soft and flexible, so it's really easy to tie a bow with it for a project. So that's the organdy ribbon. And then I showed you the designer paper already. So I think that's the suite. And then the stamp set and the die set, which are really, really fun. This is called Peaceful Cabin, and this bundle is retiring. So we need to act on that quickly. And these make beautiful cards, not only for the holidays, but for the entire winter season. And it has these awesome dies I'm going to show you how to use. So let me get this out of the way here. Okay, so the dies actually are, they cut out the images. So one cuts out the cabin, another cuts out this trio of trees. So here's what the stamp looks like. And then we can die cut the images just as an outline. But what we're going to do on today's card, we're going to add in these dies, which cut out all of the little tiny holes. So we're cutting the edge as well as the interior of the trees. And there's a third one there. So that's going to be really fun. I'll show you that in just a second. And let's see what else is in here. So there are other tree cutouts, which we can use. There's a trio of those. There's this fun one that cuts out the snowflakes. And then this is the one that we're using to cut out the cabin. So that's going to go like that. And then there's this other fun one, which I think cuts out the, there's a little tiny coyote. Here he is here. I think it's a coyote. And that actually could make a scene where we would use white paper, and then we could stamp that little guy, and then we can die cut the edge of the paper. So it's kind of like he's walking along the snow hill. So lots of fun. And we're going to use this one today. And I think I have all the other ones ready to go. So I'll just set this aside for the moment. And what else do we need here? So that is the bundle, the stamp set and the dies. And those are discounted to $54 for the bundle. Okay. And individually, the stamp set is $23 and the dies are $37. So we do get the 10% discount when they are ordered together. All right, so let me go through what we're going to need to make this card. It's a little more involved, I must say. It took me a while to kind of get it all prepped and ready, but the card I'm going to make is right here on page 38. So here's the stamp set and then the die set, and then we're going to make this card right here. I thought that looks very challenging, and I was up for a challenge, and it just looks so interesting. So it took a little while to put together, so I would say it's definitely for the more avid stamper. It does require the die cutting and embossing machine, and took a little bit of time for me to kind of figure out what to do with it. But once I did, it came together really, really nicely. So it's a very, very pretty card. I would say send it to somebody special who would definitely appreciate getting a card like that. So they would understand the amount of time and effort that went into it. So the other fun part of this card is that the face of it uses the cork paper, and that looks like this, cork specialty paper. So this also comes in 12 by 12. It is retiring. It's just $7.50 for the two 12 by 12 sheets. And I've showed this before on camera. It's actually a paper, but it is the actual cork. So it's super thin. It can be die cut and punched. And also, Yeah, punched. So we're just going to cut a piece that's going to fit right on the front of our card base. So let me get that in the camera here. All right. So that looks like this. And that's going to cover the entire face of the card. So for the card itself, I went ahead and really any color could be selected because it's really not going to show, but I really like the look of the cork with the soft suede. Plus we'll be using soft suede ink. So that's my card base, and we'll have the cork front, and then we need a piece of balmy blue, which I think is about 5.5, let's see, 5 by 1.5, and so I have that ready. And then we need a piece of our velvet paper, so I have that ready, and that's going to be die cut with this circle, so I will do that. And then we need a piece of, I think what they used in the catalog was the silver foil, which I didn't have. So I'm just going to use what I do have, which is this brushed metallic. It actually, I think it matches better actually than silver would, because it kind of picks up the gold tone of the suede and the cork paper. So that's going to be die cut with our circle, our scallop circle. And then I have this edge. These are called Basic Borders dies. I don't think I've used these on camera yet, but these are really fun. There are all these pretty edges that can make the edge of a card with all of these different designs. So there's lots of fun ones to pick from. And the one that was used in the catalog is this one. Kind of looks like a big smiley face. So that one will be used to cut our balmy blue paper. So there's that one. And what else do we need? We need a scrap of white, which I'm going to stamp all those little coyotes on. And then we need 2 pieces that are 5.5 by about 5.5 by about 3. And those we're going to stamp the cabin and the trees onto. Okay, so let's see. Oh, I don't think I completed something. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to do that on camera. So I have my stamp mounted. That is the cabin, and that is going to be stamped with our early espresso ink. And then I have our soft suede, which we're going to do all of the trees with. The balmy blue we're going to use on our circle, our velvet paper circle. And I'm going to apply some ink there with our blending brush. And then the other stamps I have are the little coyote, which is here, and then I have some stars, which I'm going to add some color to our circle. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to do the die cutting off camera here, but I want to get all of that ready. Okay, so let's begin with our coyote, and these are going to be stamped in, we'll do those in the early espresso. So they're just teeny tiny little guys. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And then there is a die that actually goes with these little teeny weeny die. So I'm going to die cut those. All right. So there's that. And then, oh, actually we are going to need another piece of our white, just our plain white cardstock. All right. So let's do our brushing with our blending brush. So I've die cut the circle out of the velvet paper, and I'm going to add a little bit of ink to that. So it kind of looks like a nighttime sky once we put that onto our card. And I'm just tapping into the ink and gently giving like a swirl motion. Guess I wasn't quite ready for the video as I thought I was, so sorry about that. All right, So this is a fun way just to add some color. There we go. That looks nice. So it kind of looks like a nighttime evening sky. And then I'm going to go right over that with the stars and add, just going to rotate my stamp and then add stars all the way around. So nice and easy. Okay, so that's ready. I think we're all done with our blue ink. All right, and then let's see. Let's go ahead and stamp our trees, and those are going to be done with our soft suede ink. So I'm going to begin by doing the trio. And then those are going to get cut or stamped on here and then die cut. Actually, I think I'm going to need a bigger piece of paper than I cut. So I'm going to use this one instead. So I'll just give this a quick cut down to 5.5. There we go. Okay, so this one I'm actually going to die cut separately because I do need some spare trees. All right, and then this one I am going to add all 3 trees because I do need a part of this to remain on the bottom, and that is going to go like this. Oh, darn. Try that again. Okay, that's better. I'll give that a second to dry. And then I'm going to need to stamp the cabin. And that's going to go on this piece because that will be cut down and doesn't need to be quite as tall. So make sure I get a lot of ink on there. And then that will be placed closer to the right side. Okay, look how fun that is. It gives a lot of dimension, the way that the stamp is made. I just love how that looks. All right, I think we're done stamping. Now I'm going to go and do the die cutting. So I will be back in a flash. So this is going to die cut this piece here. And then I'm going to use this die to cut around these trees. And then I'm going to place this in the center. And that's going to die cut all these little holes. So it's going to just give it some dimension. Okay, so I shall be right back. Hang in there. All right, here is the house, the cabin. Okay, that looks fun. And then I'm just going to snip off this part here, kind of like that. Okay, so that's ready. And now I'm going to go do the others. I'll be right back. All right, and then here are the trees. And these all get cut right at the same time together. These actually fit right in there. Okay, let's see how close I came. Oh, not too bad. Okay, a little bit off on this tree, but that's okay. So see how that made the slope? I just love how that looks. So that's gonna layer right on top of the cabin like that. So it's gonna end up being really fun. And then we also need some other trees. So I'm gonna go cut those out real quick. I'll be right back. Alrighty, and then here are the additional 2 trees that we need. Okay, a little bit off, but that's okay. So there's that. And then let's see, what else do I need to do? Oh, I need to do, I'm going to die cut my scallop circle and also my edge. Alrighty, I shall be right back. Alrighty, there's our scallop circle. I always put a piece of paper over my, when I'm die cutting, I put the paper over like a scrap paper. Let me show you. So I place this over because I don't want all of the etchings from my plate to transfer, although some of them did a little bit. You can see how soft the foil paper is, but we're going to cover majority of that, so I'm not too concerned. But that's just a little trick. If that were to be showing, I definitely would not want all of those little marks to show up on my cardstock. Okay, one more cut and I will be right back. Okay, I think we have everything ready. So here's that kind of that smiley face that we needed to out of the balmy blue. Oh, and I didn't cut out my little, my coyotes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Here's that itty bitty little die that we're gonna use to cut out these guys. So, all right, I'll be right back. Okay, here's one. Look how cute. I love those little guys. All right, 2 more to go. All right, here's number 2. So you can see where there's a little bit more labor involved with this, but the card is so cute. So it's definitely worth the extra effort. And then the last cut. Okay, I think that is it. So here is that third coyote. There we go. All right. And I think we are ready to assemble now. So let's get all of the pieces together here. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to use my green glue, and I'm going to put the velvet circle onto our foil scallop circle. So that'll go just like that. Okay, and then I will attach the cork paper. So that's going to go on the front of the card. And I have the glue kind of close to the edge, not too close. Well, I can see it's going to seep out a little bit here. There we go. So I want that to be on the entire face of the card. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm going to add the smiley face. So it's just kind of an embellishment. The catalog used a piece of designer series paper there, but I don't have that pattern, but I just had the plain cardstock. So mine is going to be with cardstock. All right. And then the circle, that's going to get glued. Right in the middle. So it kind of looks like maybe the moon and the stars. That goes like that. And then I am going to use this double tree here. Just going to snip that apart and cut off most of the white part on the bottom. So, and then, oh, there are all these little pieces here you can see that need to be punched out. So this makes you can see how you can see right through the boughs. So it's kind of adds some dimension to it. I'm just gonna poke all these out real quick. I should be using my die brush, but it's on the other side of the room. Okay, so that tree I'm going to put on the right hand side. Add a little bit of glue. And that goes over to the right, kind of like that. And then this one, let's poke out these pieces. Okay, and then that one's going to go here on the left side. Add a little glue. And that one goes right about there. Okay, and then I'm going to add on the cabin piece. So I'm going to cut this down just a smidge, because I don't want that quite as wide. I'm going to have it cover the blue. So I need to cut off maybe another 1/4 inch or so. Okay, and then that's going to go here. So see how the sky or the moon is behind there? I think that looks so cute. And then this will just get glued on. So nice and easy. Nothing's really popped up on this card. It's all just flat. But putting all the trees behind kind of adds some dimension to it. And then this part is going to go right on the front like this. So again, I'm going to, let's see, actually my little tree here needs to scoot over a little bit. So I'll put that like that. And then this will go right over. And then I'm going to cut off part of this on the right. There we we go. Looking good. And then this all just gets glued down. Oops, I have to punch out these little guys. Okay. Alrighty. I think I got them all. And then just glue. So nice and easy. Some glue on the top here so they all lay flat. There we go. Look how fun. Little cabin in the woods. All right, and then the last step is to put on the coyotes. Oh, these don't want to stay. Okay, and then to pop those up a little bit, I'm going to use glue dots. So I could just put them flat if I wanted, but the way to make these pop up just a smidge, but not quite as much as an actual dimensional, is to take a glue dot and then just kind of ball it into, make it into a little tiny ball. So it will be real sticky, and it will also elevate what we're putting on there just a tiny little bit. Look how cute. And then one more. So there's like a little herd of these guys walking by the cabin. I guess they're a herd. I don't know what you would call a pack of wolves. So the pack is walking through. Pack of wolves or coyotes. There we go. Look how cute they are. All right. Actually, I kind of like how those trees are popping up. And then our last step is to fold down our edge. There we go. All right. Very, very pretty. So let me pull in the catalog here. Here's our catalog card. And then here's my version. Very fun. Couldn't make like 50 of these. That would be a little bit labor intensive, but to make a special one for a certain person, they added a thank you on here as well. So we could certainly add a sentiment if we wanted to, but I could just kind of like it plain. I love how that looks. So the white paper makes it look just like there's white snow on the trees. So there's our card. Let me show you a few other cards that we made with this. So here's a swap card I received. So that just highlights the designer paper, and then the sentiment is very pretty. And then I did a class today. So these are the 5 cards that we did. We used that timber embossing folder on the plain white paper, and then we just stamped with gray ink. We die cut it, and then we added some of that ribbon to it. So, and then the sentiment up at the top. Very simple, but elegant. Here's one we did. This is the designer paper. This is actually the velvet paper, and we stamped on it. So we can definitely stamp on that. We added a little sentiment and a bow, so nice and easy. Here's another one that has the designer paper. We cut out a piece of designer paper with a punch and then stamped on that. So nice and easy. These were designed to be my Stamp-A-Stack card class. So they're rather easy, not too involved. This one, we just punched out an image, added a little bit of pink with the snowflakes and some of those sequins and the ribbon, of course. And then the final one is my favorite one. It has that really pretty piece of paper and then just the sentiment there and the ribbon. So there's lots to do with this. Again, it's great to have for winter cards, birthday, thank you, whatever. The scene is so cute. And then we do have our last chance list available. So our mini catalog, which is expiring, they have told us what will be retiring, and some of those products are on sale. So we definitely want to act on those before they are gone forever. So if there's anything that anybody would like to order, please just let me know. All right, I think that is it for today. So I hope that you like the card, and please give me a thumbs up and likes on Facebook and on YouTube. I really appreciate it. So we will see you again next time. Have a great week, everybody. Bye-bye.